Hello, it's Queenmlv, Mary. It is November 13th, 2018, Talk to Me Tuesday. It has been a while. My last TTMT, number 51, was 7 years ago. We were really looking forward to the Project of Doom. And my things got crazy, and it's been an adventure. And anyway, here I am. I've been trying to get back into TTMTs since September 1 when we started the new Hocus Pocus quilt along over at Phantom and Stitches. And I was putting it off for a simple reason. I couldn't find my video camera. I looked everywhere. I tore apart everything. I have a very small house. It can't be anywhere. So I decided that it, along with everything else I own that disappeared, is gone forever. So I'm sitting at this computer right here, pricing video cameras I cannot afford, and I look up and realize I'm an idiot. I have a camera on my computer. Don't know how it's going to work. First time I've ever used it, but here we are. So we're going to deal with that. I have 5 things I want to show you. I'm going to try to be fast. It's just the 5 things I've been working on. First is a baby quilt, which isn't a baby quilt. It's not a baby size. A girl I work with who has been so very, very good to me is having a baby. And at her shower, I gave her a quilt. And I wanted it to be a quilt that her daughter, Mabel, could not outgrow. I wanted it to be something that Mabel's parents could snuggle with her while reading to her, and I wanted to give her a book. So here's what I got. Let's do it in the order that she got it. Here's a picture of the box it was in. And then inside the box, the first thing she saw was the book. A classic from one of my favorite philosophers. I'll show you that. And then the card. And it is, I'll show you the outside and the inside. It's a card I wrote in a Dr. Seussian fashion to say what the throw was about. So here's that. And finally is the throw. It is obviously a Dr. Seuss. I'll show you the back and then the front. It was the easiest, fastest quilt I've ever made. I already had the fabric that I was holding for about a year trying to figure out what I was going to do with it. I fell in love with it when I saw it. And because it's so bright and so busy, all I had to do was throw it together, sew it together, and I put her name in the middle in the blocks that I actually bought separate as a panel. So here's that. I'm not liking the sound on this at all, so maybe before next Tuesday I can figure out what the problem is with my microphone. Anyway, second thing I have to show you is from the Phantom and Stitches patterns, and it is a pillow for my daughter. I made this a little while ago, but I didn't want to send it to her until I showed it to you guys, and so here we are. I can finally send it to her tomorrow, I guess. It is Spider-Man and Superman. So she likes the superheroes, and those are my favorites. I like the classic superheroes because some of these new guys, I don't even know who they are. So anyway, that's number 2. And then the third one is this one behind me here. This is a Medallion challenge block a week for 9 weeks, and this is 3 weeks. We got the 4th week on Friday, and I'm holding off on it, and I'll tell you why. Anyway, it's my first medallion quilt, and I'm sure you know that a medallion quilt, unlike these where you put the blocks together, you make blocks and you sew them all together with or without sashing and binding. A medallion quilt just starts in the middle and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And so it's interesting as a mystery quilt because we started the first week with this section in here, which ended up 30 inches square. Week 2 was these 8 blocks here. Yes, they look just like these over here, except a little smaller. These are 9-inch blocks, and they are, you can't see the cream so well here, but there are 8 of those. And then week 3, we had 4 of these. I don't know what order they go in. And week 4, which we got, is another 8 blocks of a different kind of star, and so they're going to tell us soon. We're at week 4, how it's going to go together at some point. Anyway, I'm going to show you some close-ups of this. I am making this for my brother as a surprise, and he lives on a ranch, owns a ranch. He's retired, and he hunts all over the place. He just got back from Canada. Recently he went to Alaska. He has been to some fabulous hunts, and he shot like a 9-foot bear, and I haven't even seen the latest. I saw pictures of the animals, but I haven't seen them mounted. They're not home yet. He has a new sheep and a moose and some big things like that. I think he's trying to put an inanimate zoo in his house. But anyway, these are some woodsy type colors, and the center is an owl. And inside of these 4 blocks, 2 of them are bunnies and 2 of them are I was going to say rabbits, but rabbits are bunnies. 2 are bunnies and 2 are squirrels. And these, the squirrel and the bunny and the owl, are the smallest of the animals on this fabric. And so I'm hoping we're going to get to some pieces that are bigger, so I can put in the moose and the bear and the deer and bigger things. But we're going to see, because it's a mystery. And the reason I stopped and didn't do week 4, I did the outside of week 4, but I haven't done the inside, and I may have to change these 4 out, because depending on the direction they go, if they're set on point, I need that center to be square, and if they're set square like this, I need the center to be on point. And so I want to get those in the right direction and not have to undo 8 more, like I may have to undo these 4. So I have what I can do together, and haven't put the centers in yet because of that reason. So I'm going to, the fabric is really cool. It has woodsy sayings on it, like woods, lake, hunting, fishing, I don't know what it says, but this fabric is words in multicolors. The cream fabric is a cream on cream, same words, and the green is green on green, same words. So I'll show you some close-ups of it. It's a fun fabric, and for the border I've got a really cool stripe. And so we were kind of shopping blind, because we were just told how much fabric of each color, and then I had to make a chart, because I had to put that her green is my red, and her, big floral is my animal prints. And anyway, it's been a fun challenge, and I may even do it again in other fabrics once I know what the end result looks like, because I'm really enjoying it. And it moves really, really quickly. I couldn't believe how fast we got to a 30-inch square. So, of course, I've been doing paper piecing and blocks for so many decades that I've just never done anything like this. And these are, it's got flying geese here, and it's got, oh, what do you call these things? I'll think of it in a minute. Which are challenging because they're on the bias. And so I cheated a little and made some of them in paper piecing, because some of them, the points just weren't going to line up for me on the bias, and I am just not good at traditional piecing on the bias, and I didn't want to give my brother something that was full of my learning process. So anyway, I'll give you some close-ups of that. I'm very, very happy with it. Here those are. Okay, a couple things. These are half square triangles. These are flying geese. That's where I got confused, and you guys were yelling at the screen, "Listen, you doofus, those are not flying geese." Figured it out. Okay. Second, the name, this challenge is sponsored by the National Quilting Circle, and it's called the 2018 Medallion Mystery Quilt. So if you want to find that, it's not too late to join. In fact, you can join all their last challenges. Those are all still online. Some of them are just beautiful. And if we don't reach a point where there are big enough pieces to include the bigger animals, which are very, very pretty, and why I bought the fabric, then I'm going to put them on 2 pillows, and we'll call that a good deal. Okay, on to this one. 4 out of 5. This is getting really long, and I apologize. This is this square, except instead of a 9-inch, it's a 10-inch. This is a really nice fabric that I really like. It's got feathers on it, and you can't see them. They look like solids. I love putting patterns that look like solids in place of solids. Anyway, there will be 8 of these, and these Fleurs de Lis were designed by Jennifer at Sew Hooked. I bought those from her, and it's 1 block, and I'm doing 4 of the black on gold and 4 of the gold on black, putting them in between here. I'm going to strip it with something. It's going to be a throw, and so it can't just be 16 squares. It needs to be bigger than that. I'm going to keep it square. I'm going to put stripping in it, and then I'm going to put borders on it to keep it square, but make it 5 feet square-ish, maybe a little bit bigger, but in that range, so it'll be a nice throw. This is obviously for a friend of mine who is a Saints fan, and she can curl up in this to watch her Saints games. It's a thank you gift for something she's working on for me. And so, in reality, we all know it's not a Saints quilt because that's fandom. It's a black and gold Fleur de Lis throw, obviously. Let me show you some close-ups of that real quick here. I wish I knew how to make these still shots go faster, but I don't. Maybe by next week I'm going to figure all this stuff out. Okay, let's do that. Okay, here is the gold fabric, and the black is just like it. Isn't that pretty? I really, really like it. I'm thinking of getting a purple and gold, brighter gold than this bronzy gold, and making the same quilt, except instead of fleur-de-lis, put either a tiger paw or an applique of a tiger or something, and then it won't be an LSU quilt. I think I said this is a Phantom quilt, not a Phantom quilt. What I meant was it's not licensed. These are licensed logos of teams and things, and I'm sure you knew that. Anyway, last but certainly not least, I am thoroughly enjoying the Hocus Pocus quilt along at Phantom and Stitches. I have a couple of blocks here, just a few of my favorites. Potions, and spiders. I've got this one that goes this way, this one that goes this way. They're not the same fabric, they just look like it. This one that goes that way, these go in the corners, and this one that goes upside down. So I will put a final shot of two things. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I will put a preview of the quilt, which is all we were given before we started, along with fabric requirements, and then I'll show you what I have so far. I'm a couple of weeks behind, but that's okay. We've got through December to get this one done, and I am loving it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we'll see. So it is great being back on TTMT, and I will see you next Tuesday. Goodbye.